Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Bisola Whitley, and if this is your first time here, welcome on board, and if not, I'm very happy to see you as always. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make not the shirt that I am wearing, that must be another tutorial for another day, but how to make this camisole. It's an halter neck top and it's really easy to make and quick. So let's get into it and I'll see you at the end of the video. You must remember the pattern that we used in our previous video for the turtleneck top, and I'll leave a link in the description for that if you haven't seen that already. We're just going to modify that pattern to get our new pattern for the halter neck. You want to measure across your chest just in front of you and put on half of that measurement plus 1 inch, and in all that's a 6 for me. Or if you have a top, an halter neck top that fits you perfectly, you love exactly how it fits, then problem solved. Then you just have to use that as your pattern for your pattern. Okay, and if not, once you've taken your across chest measurement, you connect that to your underarm just as you see me do, and you can also modify the underarm if you want it to be deeper than it was initially and just connect those 2 points together. But I will say at this point, be careful how you deepen, because the more you deepen, the more revealing it will become. And I did not mention that I started taking my measurement 5 inches from the shoulder line, and now you want to cut out your pattern. So you start taking your measurement 5 inches from the shoulder, and then you can then cut it out. So this is what you should have. Once you have done that, that's your chest line, your armhole, and your side seam, and we're done. We're going to cut out 2 of this now in fabric. So fold your fabric over 1 time and then another time, and just make sure that you have 4 layers. So it means that I have that part right there on the fold, and I'm just going to cut it out. And you have to consider your allowance for stitching if you did not include that in your pattern. So just go ahead and cut it out. Cut, and cut. And once you're done cutting, you should have 2 pieces that looks just like this, and one will be for the front and the other will be for the back. So at this point, you can still also decide to still modify your top if you like. You could put it across your body and see if you like how it fits, and if not, you can still adjust it to however you want it to be. I think I went ahead to adjust mine because I wanted the back to be a slightly different shape, so I just went ahead and did whatever it was I wanted to do, and you can do the same. We're going to finish the neckline with our bias tape that we're going to be getting from the fabric. And to do that, you're just going to fold your fabric at an angle, at a 45-degree angle, and just cut out your strips from there. And cutting a bias strip just means that cutting your fabric in such a way that it has some form of stretch to it, even if it's a fabric that would not naturally stretch. And it's really good for necklines and that kind of stuff. So once you have cut it at a 45-degree angle, you want to just cut out your desired width of bias, and yeah, that's just about it really. You will notice now that it stretches compared to the fabric itself that has no form of stretch to it at all. And moving on to the armhole now, and you're just going to take it to your ironing board, fold it over 1 time and then fold it over again and press it in place. It's just easier when you press it, and then you can stitch right on top of that if you like. But I didn't stitch mine, I just used the hemming tape because I didn't want to see any visible line on it as much as possible. And now sew the side seams. To get your desired length of bias strip, you may have to join 2 pieces together, but you can just place them right on top of each other because you end up with a shape that will leave you confused. So you want to place them together just as you see me do, and just be sure that you have a triangle, a sort of triangle looking towards you, and then sew along that line. That way you can have a continuous strip of fabric, and that's exactly what I have done. To determine how long your strap should be, you're going to add your front width to your back width plus 2 times your desired strap length measurement. The longer your strap measurement, the lower your neckline will drop. So my bias strip was 32 inches long and 1 inch wide, and then I notched the center part, and I'm placing the right side of the bias strip onto the wrong side of my fabric. It means that I am looking at the right side of my fabric, and you just want to pin that in place and just keep going around, and you want to leave out 8 inches from that part, and that will be your strap. That's 8 inches in my own case. It could be different for you, and then from that point you want to continue pinning onto the back side of your fabric and then all the way. So we start doing that from the middle to the middle of the back, and now we're going to continue from the middle again and then to the middle of the back at the other side. It's helpful to join the ends of the bias strip together and just press the seams open, and before you continue pinning, it will just make the whole process really easier for you. Now you want to take this to the sewing machine and attach the bias to the bodies on both front and back, and this is exactly what you should have once you have done that. And you want to press all the seam allowances towards the top and fold it over one time and another time, just as you see me do, and then you want to pin them in place all the way on the front and the back, and you want to take it to your sewing machine and just stitch right on top of that fold. To complete the strap, you're going to do as you see me do: fold over one end and fold over the other end, and then just lay it right on top of each other. And what this will do is allow for a continuous stitch from the neckline all the way through the straps and then back. And all you're left to do now is hem the bottom and you are done. That will be it for today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment, and I will see you in time for another video. You stay safe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.